Right now, Trinidad is expecting some severe weather as we go through the next 24 hours. So there's an adverse weather alert on for Trinidad in particular, the possibility of a street or flash flooding, gusty winds and landslides or landslips. And this alert goes in from 3 a.m. till 6 p.m. on Saturday. Basically, what this means is that there are hazards are possible and you should be aware of the potential impacts of those hazards. So definitely monitor television, radio, web, etc. and also look at weather conditions as you go through the next 24 hours. Now, the main reason is that we could be seeing the intertropical convergence zone becoming active across Trinidad in particular, with possibility of some of those heavier bursts coming across the island. You can see there oranges and those yellows, especially around western areas. That's where you could probably see the likelihood of some of those heavier bursts, as well as down towards southern areas. And then through Saturday, we get a bit of a clearing before we get to Sunday. Now, we do have a disturbance out there, but that's no effect on Trinidad and Tobago at this time. It doesn't have a circulation, and basically it is being hampered by a lot of dry Saharan air towards the north and towards the west. So as it makes its way towards the northwest, we'll likely continue to see it beginning to weaken a bit more, and thus bringing a bit more in terms of some cloudiness towards the islands through the weekend. But for Trinidad as well as Tobago, watch out for a bit more cloudiness as you go overnight. Out towards Tobago, you may well see some hazy sunshine first thing. A few brief showers are likely, as well as a bit of a wind, but the most of the weather will likely be for central and southern areas of Trinidad. So overnight, especially from midnight going into the early hours, watch for those heavier bursts across Pinal into Moruga, making their way northwards through Chaguanas, eventually getting up to northern Trinidad as you go through your Friday. So around Piarco into Port of Spain, possibility of street or flash flooding, as well as those gusty winds in those heavy showers. And the thunderclouds will be there, set to erupt as you go through the hottest part of the day. For central and southern areas, a lot of the cloudiness and the showers will remain with you as you go through the afternoon. And again, the possibility of some of those heavier bursts from Moruga into the Caracas and up towards San Fernando as well. And be mindful of the wind, especially if you're driving along the Miao and Manzanilla stretch. Now, temperature-wise, no higher than 32 degrees Celsius for both Trinidad and Tobago. We'll likely feel warmer in Tobago because of a bit of the hazy sunshine around, but it won't get rid of the showers completely. And for Saturday and Sunday, continue to feel warm for most of you, 32, and into Monday as well, scattering of showers. But for Trinidad, you'll notice a bit of an ease as you go through late on a Saturday. As I said, the adverse weather alert should end as you get towards 6 p.m. But then on Sunday, there's also a bit more moisture around, possibility of a couple of thundery showers as well. And then on Monday, fairer skies with sunshine mixed in with some showers. For those heading offshore, we will continue to see those fresh to strong winds from the east, 20 knots getting up to 25 knots, possibly higher in those offshore thunder showers. A moderate chop, 2 meters for the most part, will keep conditions moderately choppy with sea spray and whitecaps as you go through your Friday. Now, of course, the Eastern Caribbean, they've seen quite a bit of Saharan dust, and that will remain with them. But meanwhile, in terms of the Atlantic, I said there are no systems to talk about in terms of named systems. We do have one area of low pressure heading towards Bermuda. They're just watching for a bit more unsettled weather there. And the tropical wave we talked about, that coming across the island chain, that's also not set to develop, despite it being over some warm waters. So the only thing of note is around Hispaniola. We have one tropical wave set to come through Jamaica. That will likely bring some thundery downpours there, possibility of a street or flash flooding there as well. Now, for the Eastern Caribbean, the Saharan dust is the main story. It remains quite thick all the way across from the Windward Islands up towards the Leewards as well. Not much chance of rainfall here with the dry air, but the rainfall will definitely be a factor around Jamaica. Some thundery showers expected, turning windy as well, 32 degrees Celsius, and also another 32 expected in Havana under partly cloudy skies there. But for us, the adverse weather alert is in effect for Trinidad, and for Tobago, you should be seeing hot, hazy conditions, plus a few brief showers around. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.